and probably destroy.
Hello,
Wait,
and welcome back. So, last we left off, our 4 and plus adventurers were trying to sneak up on a camp of red wizards of Thayan wed wizards. Me GM
Easier
speak
to say
good.
red wizards of Thay
Red
is
wizards
easier
of
to say.
yeah, rather than wed wizards. Wed. Let's
Oh,
move on.
they can be wet if you want to. I
Oh,
mean,
they are no,
just
they are.
ask.
Yes, they are wet red wizards of Thay. That's. I need to remember that tongue twister right there. Okay. So, last we left off, you had scouted. So, Heinrich, you had scouted out the camp through Bunny Sight. Counting at least so two large tents, two smaller ones, four guards who seem to be on alert, equipped with crossbows, and three red-robed wizards sitting around a low fire. You were unsure if they are meditating or if they're talking. You're not. It was too far away from you to determine. And on that note, let's get our soundtrack back up, and let's add a little thing. There we go, for the mood. So, what do you do?
So
You're
we've had a short rest.
You've had a short rest, yes.
Okay, and I believe Sorsha wanted to go in playing some music.
Actually, let's see.
Come on, let me do my shtick.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm just saying that just as you are stringing, you're examining your instrument, making sure. Sorsha, you do feel something sort of just brush, something like if there's a leaf or maybe sort of an acorn or something along those lines, just right there, just at the bottom of your skull, just underneath just below the hairline.
Okay, by reflex, I try to grab it.
Okay. You try and grab something there. No, nothing.
Yeah. And turn around and look.
There's nothing behind. The only person behind you seems to be Vroon. Vroon, you see her sort of try and snap at something, at the back of her neck.
Do I recognize her reaction from when I had the same reaction?
Make me an insight check.
I'm usually good at those. I mean, I'm usually good at those.
Yeah, you were saying. Yeah, no, you were looking at yourself doing the same thing. Yes, there's something. Actually, with the critical, I will say, with the critical insight.
Do I recognize the feeling or the
Yeah,
reaction?
you know that something's. This is not her snapping at a bug. She's feeling. You can see that the hand sort of went for the nape of the neck and maybe even went up, as almost like if the hand was chasing something.
Did you feel something right now?
Yes.
Like something went up the nape of your neck or something?
Yes. Twice. Today it's a bit unnerving.
Yeah. There's more to it than just... Yeah, I don't trust this. Something's happening. What could it be? Heinrich, Vroon, yeah.
No, nothing specific to what you're looking for, Vroon. Or nothing, nothing extra than what you would already feel in the party.
I'm going to pat myself down completely.
Okay.
Just patting down from up to down, like.
No. Okay. Nothing. Actually, no. Sorry. What's it? Within 30 feet of you. Poisonous creatures, disease within 30. Yeah. Actually, you do detect. You do detect poison. Not too far away from where you are, there are these thick vines that seem to have these very brightly red, almost with very and pulp berries. And as soon as you clock them, you know those berries are poisonous. Yen, I think we can't hear you.
Yeah, we're seeing frustration, but not hearing anything.
Actually, here's the thing. All of you make me a perception check.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll on my end. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. You guys are on alert.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, okay. Um Actually, here we go. So Vroon, you do not clock this. However, sitting on Vroon's shoulder, just at where the armor sort of glows up, on almost crouched down on all fours, is a little humanoid figure, with a wide black and white face, no features, just smooth like a pebble, sort of watching you. And you can see that in his right hand, sort of looped around the creature's hands, is bluish filament, almost like hair, taken from a blue Genasi. And in the other one, the same white coils, taken from Sorsha's hair. And there's a fascination as the creature sort of looks to one, then looks to the other, and starts almost sort of knitting and braiding them together. And sort of looking up, and on occasion will look up. As you are looking towards it, it'll sort of move behind the collar of the Luxodon's armor, sort of trying to keep hidden away from sight, but still sort of playing with these. Should we maybe take a technical break and try and see if we can get our Luxodon back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
No, you've got it?
No, it's okay. I think he says don't bother. He's hearing us at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I did something.
Okay, don't you want to boot back your
Look,
computer?
let's be back and let's take a quick break here, technical break, so that we can get Jan right back. We'll be here and back in 60 seconds for you at home. For us, we'll see.
That's fine.
And we're back. Okay, perfect, and we can hear you just fine.
Yay!
Yay! So you have a Shawinga on your shoulder,
But
playing with strands of hair taken from Gale and Sorsha.
Okay.
And as he moves from one shoulder to the next, you actually see his face sort of turn in the direction of Heinrich.
I pluck off a hair and I just point towards it like an offering move. Like
Okay.
I pluck off a hair and I just make a flat hand in front of it, like in here, an offering.
So it as you do that, it turns towards you. Let's change the music here because this is a delightful little encounter rather than the whole thing. So let's just go for this. It sort of turns towards you, goes almost rigid, and ties around its waist the couple of strands of hair it has, almost like a sash, and then as it goes back on all four, all of a sudden just snaps away, and you have all of a sudden on you can feel the light weight. It weighs maybe about a dozen grams, no more. You can just feel the lightness of the weight, and it's just there on your shoulder, on the same hand where you were offering, and it's just there, sort of looking intently towards the plug. But instead of going for it, it sort of scoots a little bit to the side as you're watching it, and it turns its head toward the matted, sort of unkept beard that you've left grown for the past month or so. And it seems to be sort of, again, fascinated looking into it.
I'll let it be. I'll let it be.
Okay.
I give a body language like, yeah, sure. These things are a little funny and are interesting, so for an arcane person, it's fascinating and funny to have an encounter like this.
It sort of goes into... It starts almost sort of playing the same way a child discovering a fur coat for the first time, sort of rubbing its hands. You can feel it sort of moving about, and it has this thing where it almost seems to have its own gravity, in a sense, where you feel that the weight goes from your shoulder to your neck to the underside of your face, and for the rest of you watching this, you see this little creature almost sort of climbing on sort of underside, Tom Cruise style, sort of climbing underneath and sort of hanging into the hair and sort of playing inside. And occasionally, Heinrich, you'll feel a little prick as it maybe takes one for the collection over another, and so just just sort of for about 10 minutes.
I'll let it be.
As you... But this is where you notice, Vroon. Again, that smell of honey permeates the air around you. There's that thick honey smell around you. And again, Dragonbait says, not me. Heinrich, you're the only one to notice, however, is you've got the buzzing, the sound of the buzzing, the sort of soothing sound of buzzing of bees around you.
I'll let it be.
Okay.
Stay as relaxed as possible.
This would be a moment where and so you've got an Al Mirage sort of sitting at your feet, wondering, you know, the hell? What?
Vroon also starts asking, like, what are those?
What is Daddy doing?
What are those?
What is that?
Well,
I don't
it's the
think
same
knows,
thing
right?
you...
Actually,
that
You remember at the temple?
on-
You remember that temple that you were like...
you've seen
didn't-
Chewinga. This is a Shwinga.
Those ones that actually were like teasing you because you were like going straight forward on the stairs with the
on the songs.
Yeah, and you had a flower. Yeah.
That's okay.
Let me. I'll put you the.
Yeah, picture might help.
You just clicked on their initiative. But...
Oh, that was not by design. I apologize.
They're kind of cute.
Yeah.
They are extremely cute.
And also very much inspired by.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
this is full on Miyazaki. This is full on Ghibli.
Yeah. Okay. I had to think of the name, but thank you. That was the name.
Yeah. I have my little one sitting not too far from my desk. Present from my lovely wife. Anniversary present.
If only she was here.
If only she was here. There's a moment where the Shwinga sort of again it's taken a couple of strands of from your beard and from the locks of your hair, and again is sort of tying them around its waist with the others. When it sort of looks towards the others in your party, and for the next sort of 5 minutes will sort of pop and disappear from one member to the other, trying to Orvex well, most of you actually. He doesn't seem to be interested by either Vroon or Dragonbait.
Not enough hair.
And there's a moment of almost confusion as it at some point ends up on top of Orvis's balding head, and it's almost sort of a bit curious as to why there isn't any here.
There should be, but there isn't.
There
What's
should
happening
be,
here?
and at some point Orvix goes, scrap, and you can actually see the Shwinga almost making a digging motion at the top of the head.
Give me the hairs.
Yeah, where are they? Where are they? Come on.
Give me the good stuff.
I mean, it's funny because I was already looking at pictures of elephants and see how their hair growth was.
Not a lot.
It's not a lot, but there's quite it's quite a bit more than you'd think.
So, as it so how do the others react? Ladies, how do you react when the Shwinga's interest comes up towards you?
Well, we've seen Shwingas already, so I guess Gale would be very open and tolerating towards its antics.
Okay.
Sorsha is not hostile, but she's definitely gonna tie her hair up because those are her belongings. You don't get to take her hair, not without asking. So she's tying her hair.
There's maybe a moment where on Artis's shoulder, the Shwinga sort of extends an arm and sort of just have the this kind of motion towards you.
No, you don't get more hair. You have to ask for things. You can't. I don't take your mask from you without asking. So why do you take my hair without asking?
It has a sort of, it sits down on its haunches, and sort of looks around you. And there's a quick sort of pattern of jumping, spot disappearing, fading in towards you. And I am going to ask you, why don't you, all of you, make me a... I am not going to look at that photo right now. There.
It's a tail.
It's a
tail. It's not.
okay, okay. Yeah, but I don't get the preview here on Discord. So.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to tell you already. It's not anything dirty.
Okay. Why don't you? Interesting. Heinrich, how are you feeling in general right now? Your state of mind.
State of mind. It's focused and relaxed because he knows with the red wizards he needs to be calm, relaxed, and focused because he knows that if he makes one mistake, it can go badly.
Okay.
Relaxed and focused.
Maybe this little interaction maybe helped, or of some way to sort of count. But you do feel that there's as it sort of disappears. The last time you see the Shwinga, at least, is it is on your shoulder, and it presses its hand on the side of your neck, just at the line of your just under your hairline, and you feel there's a little sort of almost the feeling of having a cool rock. So that just a moment of coolness upon on your neck. And for those watching, you could see that there's maybe just the slightest imprint of a hand, sort of at the right there underneath the line as it sort of fades away. You are now the beneficiary of a charm. You can look it up. You can look it up in D&D Beyond. You now have a charm of charm of vitality.
Noise.
So this charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of a potion of vitality as an action. Once you do, however, the charm will vanish. So in exchange for your gift, he has left you one of his own.
Potion of Vitality is it removes any exhaustion you are suffering from, cures any disease or poison affecting you for the next 24 hours. You regain the maximum number of hit points on any hit die you spent.
Especially the hit die recovery is nice.
Yeah.
I believe if you actually... Yeah.
Do we have two of those?
You should have two.
Yeah.
I have two of those in my inventory. I haven't used them yet because I fear that we're gonna need them in the tomb.
But yes, so now, so place that in your notes. At the fact that you have a charm of vitality.
Okay.
Okay. And as the creature has now vanished, the smell of honey sort of fades away to those more familiars of the jungle and the wet swamp that is forward to you. And
I guess Brune's trunk goes around like. And it's like, I suppose that little thing under the cards must have been their nest.
Probable.
Okay.
But for once, we were not poisoned or anything like that.
Right.
Right. So.
And I appreciate that.
I'm also very happy that after like our encounter with the what's his name? Bag of Nails. That's I was like, no, I'm gonna actually like memorize detect poison and disease. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move forward then, as the red wizards in front await.
Yes.
So, back on focus. Nothing seems to have moved in the 10 minutes that this encounter took.
So, you see Sorsha shook her head and she's back to the Sorsha, the human Sorsha,
Yeah.
Okay.
a more diplomatic appearance. You see her long enough to see that it annoys her a bit, but well. And she's grabbing her loot and asking you, shall we then?
Do you want me to add something to our announcement?
What do you mean?
An auditory announcement.
No, unless you can play the drums.
No,
So I think it.
it was going to be more of a wind instrument.
We'll have to try someday, but I'll take care of that.
Very well.
Artists um, look, they might actually be looking for me as well. You know, not that it's their main focus here, but
Why?
what do you think? He sort of holds up his hand.
Artists, if a fight breaks out, focus on the spellcasters.
Oh, definitely. What I'm
Okay.
saying is that if I'm there with you guys, they're gonna know, because it's gonna call out to them.
Visually or magically? Because if it's only visual, I can disguise you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they know my face, and for that, I mean, that could be possible. No, I'm talking about this thing that is gonna call out, because it wants nothing more than to leave my hand.
You mean the ring?
Yeah, I'm not talking about any bracelets here.
The probably.
So why don't you stay back and come if there's some...
Right, I'm just telling you why I will be staying back. If there's a fight, I'll be there. I will have your back, but I just don't want you to think that I'm not going with you because of cowardice. I have a responsibility.
Vroom is not letting him like Bruce not paying attention to the rest of the story, but he's just going to Dragonbait, but like I guess that means you are staying here as well.
Oh, I mean, you want Dragonbait? Take Dragonbait. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's. I mean, he's.
I asked Dragonbait.
And sort of Dragonbait looks at Artis, sort of rolls his eyes and says, sort of nods. There's a few quick sort of acceptance. What would be? It would be acceptance, amusement, and there is the fear for someone's safety.
Yeah.
I think it would be wise if our friend our historian Orvex stayed back too.
Yes.
Well, technically I am I am not unsure as to my status as an employee to them. Technically, I still owe them.
They left you behind, but you have
Oh,
no
oh,
role.
that do not misunderstand me. I know that very well, but I'm not sure that they do.
No,
To the best
exactly.
of
I
their
think
knowledge,
for
right?
them, you did not betray them.
No, of course. However, before you, but I might be of some maybe use, at least um uh, to maybe help organize a dialogue. As you see, they are a bit. They can be a bit aggressive if they see people they do not know. I might be a familiar face and might be serve as a mediator for the or not. I mean, I am very happy to stay here behind with Artis.
You are welcome to come, but make sure that you can hide easily behind one of us.
Um,
Preferably
I
me
think
or
that
Gale.
I think that what would happen is Dragonbait sort of places his hand on Orvix's sort of shoulder, and you have the smell of concern for someone else.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, to the best of the wizard's knowledge for now, Orvex is dead, and as much as a familiar face to facilitate this dialogue would be good, I would prefer they still believe him dead and don't come after him.
Very well.
I'm good with it.
Um,
Now, can I play?
um, yes,
Rip it!
you may.
Thank
Um,
you!
Hate it.
Welcome to the jungle!
And you see on her face that she blissfully thought to play, and she has so few opportunities to play in the jungle. You see, she really enjoys it.
okay,
Um,
I'm going to move you onto the map. So, just so that we understand each other, um, I have moved you to the map. I've placed you on the southern side of the map, but you were actually coming in from the top. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Like it would be rude to have Chrome maps, Chrome maps,
Chromo
not
maps
be
on
credited.
Patreon, yes.
It would be
Um,
rude to not credit them for
yes.
this lovely.
Unfortunately, I have seen this. This went through on Twitter. Twitter and Reddit and so forth. I am not actually a patron of Chromo Maps. However, go have a look at the stuff. It's actually really, really good. It's actually um, so hopefully the shout out is enough, or else, well, yeah, we're in trouble. Anyways, let's move on. So, as you start, make me a performance check.
yes.
Do I have? No, I do not have a specific music. What?
Yeah, you do. I just sang it.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
Okay.
Dragon and Red
Yes,
Mage Singer.
the bard is back.
Yeah, that's because we have refrained her from her talents for too long.
Oh God! Let me play. Let me play.
Let me play.
So
um.
the point is something reassuring, a melody that brings back memories and it's comforting, you know?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just go right back to the I'm gonna take out this.
It's the melody is we are badass, but we don't mean harm.
Yes.
um.
We could easily kill you, but we won't.
So I will allow. I will let you set yourselves up as you wish, formation-wise, and as you can see that the sentinels, or at least the guards, turn towards you, turns their attention. The three, as well as the three mages, sort of sit. The first one sort of, this one right here sort of stands. The other one two are sitting down. What is actually, you know what, Sorsha, with a
Yes.
natural 20 and a 31, tell me how they react to your song.
It would probably be something. Whatever they were doing, they probably froze.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, they heard it before, and it was something that they were almost humming before they realized that there were music, because the song is so natural and so comforting that they realized it after. And slowly they stop, they look at each other, and then they're looking towards the group to see how can such a song come from a dead city.
Right. Okay. I'm going to need to look into and to add something along those lines into my music repertoire for the next time. Well, we'll think. Yeah. There's a the way the way you play it sort of it's a reminder of civilization. It's a reminder of it's the comfort of it, it's a it's the comfort of a tavern left behind sort of months ago. And yeah, there's definitely maybe a moment that goes through, and I'll give you the insight check free on this natural 20. You can see a couple of them sort of wondering, so what the hell are we doing here? And however, there is also mixed in with that is then they want to relax their guard, but there's definitely a look towards the wizard behind them as going, we don't want we love the music, we want this to continue, please don't make us shoot her. But definitely
We've been through so much. Please don't make us fight.
exactly, yes. So, as you make your entrance, there's a silence as you move through the number. Do you stop? Do you keep going, or this whole area right here is basically sort of time stopped as long as you have control of your audience. They are mesmerized.
I probably step one step in front of the other guys and slowly end the song and flourish and take a bow and wait for the reaction of the audience.
Okay.
So I guess we're like up there.
You would have most likely they would have let you approach maybe to the bottom of the stairs, no further.
Yeah.
Before.
Right.
What you do have is towards the end of the song, another figure steps out from the tent here in the back.
Good.
What is and I think maybe you can see this one sort of shaking the tent, sort of kicking maybe the tent inside. And you have one that comes out, and maybe a second one here. All of the three that are so out of the red wizards, you can now see 4 of them. The first one in front of you seems to be again, the shaved head. I'm gonna turn this because, there we go. A shaved head, a ring of sigils tattooed around the skull and around the eyes. You can see, and I mean, you would have maybe studied them, Heinrich. Of the four, the this one seems to be a bit more of a. Two of them seem to be of lower rank. Another one is a little bit higher. However, the highest ranking one, most likely, as you can see, with regards to the tattoos and to the robes, is the one that just stepped out. Now, the one who stepped out has one particularity about her face, which is straight down the middle. The face is parted into two, where on one side you have a she looks sort of very young, maybe early teens. Well, actually, don't maybe late teens woman, a very fair skin, and on the other, a very sort of wrinkled, cronish. When you can see, and you can still see sort of the old. Sort of old faded tattoos and scars on the on one end. Her hair is completely shaved as all of the others, and you can see sort of again the string of tattoos around her head, folding in multiple rings around her forehead and and the top of her head. It's in a and it's almost in a double. Everybody's been silent, and all attention has been turned towards her as she steps out of the tent, and sort of waiting her to speak. And in a strange sort of double modulated voice, one that is almost raspy and the other one very almost clear, like a singer's. Yeah. But I am not going to imitate that. Sorry, I'm no Matt Mercer.
Also, Matt Mercer can do it better.
Hmm?
No, a doubled voice.
No, I would need a voice modulator box, and I do not have that. There you go.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, if we get to 100 subscribers, maybe I'll buy one. No.
Also not.
Fair enough. The woman steps out and says, "Well, we have guests, and we thank you for this reminder of civilizations left behind. Announce your intent, strangers, but know that should you come in with hostile intent, you will find yourselves feeding the worms in the ground very quickly."
Well, pleased to meet you. That's quite an introduction there, but you know, if we wanted fight, I wouldn't have sung such a song. We are to discuss, if you wish.
Of course. We are not savages, though these lands might be. Please, join us.
When they say like these lands, like Vroom definitely goes like.
Hopefully they can't read your body language.
No, actually, like, I mean, any Luxodon would have probably gone like, "Oh my god, look at his ears and his nose. Oh dear, this is not good." But
yeah.
You are free to, and yeah, she beckons you forward.
Okay, I'll move forward.
So tell me, Bard, are you the one to speak for your group then?
Well, they can speak for themselves, but I usually do the introductions. Yes. I'm a little bit more talkative, maybe. Part of the job.
As expected. So please, who are you that would come to us in this time and place?
Well, I think we share kind of the same goal here. So that's why we went for some discussion.
Do you then? I'm trying to look for the word. Do you claim to know our purpose here in Omo? Are you something? And you would say that you would have the same goals.
Well, I
Like Vroon
don't know.
is visibly holding back his tongue. Like he's. It's better if she does the talking. Yep.
Well,
I don't pretend to know your design, but there's few reasons for a group to wander the dead city and gather the cubes of the temples, while there is a disease spreading across the continent. Right?
I see. Well, indeed, you seem to be more informed than the others. That we might have other pillagers that might have crossed paths here. So yes, please sit. We will discuss these matters.
Alright.
But before I would invite you into my circle, I would know your names.
Oh, but of course. I am Sorsha Dragonsinger from the city of Waterdavian.
I trust then you will not do the introductions for the rest of your companions? Then?
The big guy right here is our esteemed friend and Luxodon, Vroondomon. Sorry, what's your title again?
Perhaps that will do for now.
Alright. So
There's very much a. I was going to.
yeah.
I was waiting for approval.
He's not the talkative guy, so I'll make the introduction for him. And I'll look at the other one to see if they want to introduce themselves or if they want me to do the talking.
Gale is pointedly looking at the others. At the other wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zagmira introduced herself.
No, she has not given any names. I've just removed.
Okay.
I've put them there because to save.
Okay. Okay.
So are you giving me indication, guys, if you want me to do the talking or not?
For the moment, you see Heinrich in full analyze mode, like scanning each wizard. Like, okay, like he's focused on that, so you don't see clearly on him, like if he wants to get presented or not.
Like you could tell that it was a good idea to introduce Vroon because Vroon was like, I want to say some stuff that I like as a diplomat. I know that it's a bad idea to say those things.
That's why I did it.
But I want to say some
Okay.
So Gale, any indication?
Gale is going to stay where she is right now and look at the wizard who you introduced Vroon and yourself to and say, and to who do we have the honor?
Wait. Just want to make sure of one thing.
Sneak attacks. Oh, by the way, I'm still going to do this because I don't think that's in any way visible or detectable or.
Divine sense.
Oh
Good.
fuck yes!
Very good call.
Okay. I will get back to you in a second.
Yeah,
but
some
so
of them might be undead or whatever.
No, there's a don't worry. I'll be pinging you to a couple of things.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you say it says total cover, so I don't know how much. Anyways, the question is, because sort of moving on, Heinrich, are you introduced or not?
I give a small bow and I say just politely, I am Heinrich. I am very pleased to meet you. And Valindra sends her regards also.
Oh, you're going there?
Okay. As Gale, do you say
Gale is probably just going to go.
Actually, go ahead.
So she asked to whom do we have the honor, but she's gonna say, and I am Gale.
As for the interest of how the thing goes, I'll say that maybe Gale mentions her name. Heinrich, you mentioned yours sort of closely behind, and then there's pretty much at the same time we have Gale asking, and who would you be? And we have Heinrich says Valindra sends her regards. You notice immediately the two wizards right here pretty much sort of turn towards each other, and there's a look of recognition. Zagmira's sort of closed-faced, but you can see that there's she has a reaction to the name, definitely. To which she replies, "I am Zagmira. I am the voice of Zastam here in Omu." And you can see that she's projecting. You've given a higher name, but she's trying to assert authority, as opposed to Zagmira, as opposed to Valindra. And as in, I am the voice of Zastam here in Omu. I speak for the Red Wizards. And she, in turn, sort of turns Yamoch, Dyrax, and Thasma, here present.
And who were you representing?
As she said, I am Zagmira, the voice of Zastam.
Yes, Zastam. Okay, thank you. I mean, I heard it. Bruce just making a point of being a bit of a.
Oh, so, okay. I thought
also doesn't know who Zastam is, but I'm also just making a bit of a.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, you know what? As a diplomat, as a courtier, you might know. You want to make a history check on that, or you just prefer to not know?
No. I think that's fair.
Could anyone else do a history check?
No.
Or?
Okay, yeah, you have no idea who Zastam is.
No, exactly. I think that's fair. Faraway land and never been there, never heard of them.
Maybe I know from a story or something.
Sure, go ahead, all of you.
Yes. history? Where is history?
I'm actually going to say, no, you know what,
No
guys,
idea.
Oh, guys,
no,
we
guys,
all
what I'm
roll.
going to say is, it's not possible for you to not know who Zastam is. Zastam is the Lich at the head of Thay.
I know.
You would know this
I know.
the same way. No, but the same way that any person cultured in our world knows who who might be the high political figure. If you're if you're a bard, if you're a wizard, if you're a courtier, you would know this. You don't know much about him, but you do know the name.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I mean, I've recently heard who's been elected the prime minister of Italy, but I didn't know who it was before that. And
I'm just going to give you the name in chat, so that you can correct him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
no, I know,
I know.
who
I know you know.
Zastam
I
is.
know you know, and I know that Vroon doesn't know.
Yeah.
And I know that even though you might know that he might know, that Vroon is basically going to say, "Wait, who's that again?" Just to put in the point.
A little
And
bit.
you can see that the make an insight check.
Oh, but it's not disadvantage with advantage because he's not lying.
No,
So
but
it's just normal roll. Yeah, no, it's just for the ring purposes. Oh, that's not a good roll.
yes, your roll to it's enough to sort of notice that she has a reaction, and she, as in, there's a pride.
That was not appreciated. Yeah.
It was not appreciate the fact that you just said, "Wait, who? Wait, what do you mean? Who? Obama who?" You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like is Zastam as Obama level? Like I don't know where like, that's
he'd be more Saddam Hussein level.
yeah. Okay.
As in the big villain that you use.
Yeah, but Putin is bigger.
Gaddafi.
Okay.
As in, this is someone who's been here. I mean, he's a Lich King.
Yeah.
At the head of.
We're in that extension now.
Hmm?
We're playing that extension now.
Maybe. Later, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a Heinrich. You've basically, these are Wizards of Thay. You know their reputation. Gale, you know their reputation as well. They are known, especially in your circles, as these employers pay very well. However, they consider you as useful as their undead. What they will.
You're a walking bag of components.
Yeah, pretty much. You are completely disposable.
You either do the mission that they're paying you for, and if you don't, they'll raise you, and then you'll still do it.
Yeah.
So, Vroon, with regards to your ping, I will say that I will not ping you the exact locations because they are covered. No, they're covered. But I will say that you've got to your south, you've got maybe half a dozen pings, and to your left, you've got another maybe three. Another three.
Right.
And this is coming sort of all around the camp, coming from the turned over earth. So you might think that there are undead hidden in the earth.
Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, my sound switched to.
Oh, okay. So you heard what I said, right?
Yeah, I can still hear you, but it switched to. Go on.
Okay. So, as I said, these are you've got about 9 undead figures sort of placed around. And interesting enough, Zagmira sort of has a whoop, everybody's jumping here. Sort of has not a full undead, but definitely sort of a necrotic aura about her.
You're muted.
What is it with
But
the?
not, yeah, but not showing up as undead for me.
Okay, so
Alright. So now the introductions are done, and we know a bit of our purpose. Are you inclined to discuss them?
she waves with her. So she has a long staff in her right hand, and her left hand, which is this gnarled, um, old, um, fleshless arm. She indicates to basically a circle set around the campfire. And says, "Please, yes, we will talk." And as the her three sort of set themselves behind her, this way, the yeah, she will place themselves this way. Um, yeah, okay, there we go. And again, she snaps to attention, and you can see that the others, you are the servants basically, one or two of them sort of put their crossbows onto their sling their crossbows on their back, and they start. So I'm gonna mark these two here as basically disarmed for now, as they will take on the role of servants as they go into the tents, bring out food, drink. You can see that they bring out water, they bring out a Chaltian mead. With regards to the meats, it's almost comical as they bring out dried meats that you recognize from, or dried meats or fresh meats that they would have hunted basically. However, they bring these on large silver platters, um, very finely worked with gold, and the same kind of thing that Heinrich you would have seen in some balls, or Vroon, you would have seen these in diplomatic meetings or whatever. They are sort of putting on airs with this finer, which was at no place here in the jungle, especially since, as you look about it, clearly imported. This is stuff they've brought in from Thay.
You never know if he's somewhere in a lost city. We'll do some diplomatic discussions. You know,
Absolutely.
never know.
It's you can see that the long serving forks have handles of bone. There is encrust, and there is an air of high finery, which does not suit the situation at all.
I pity the one who had to make the luggage.
Do you say that?
They probably also have bags.
No, I don't say that. But Sorsha is probably thinking of it. Like, that's a lot of crap to be packing.
They also have bags of holding and shit like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so much work.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a Rosetta
have-
Stone in our bag of holding.
Yeah, they have undead porters.
Yeah. Alright, so she sits around the
Okay.
fire.
Vroon, are you joining us around the fire
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that my situation is fixed, I will.
Oh, I made you a place there, but you want to sit next to them.
I guess that's actually better. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep grouped.
Yeah, I put Sorsha between you and them, literally.
It's good. It's good for aura purposes, especially. Yeah.
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 And I mean, I stayed behind Heinrich because, but if you're going there, then I might be going. Yeah, no, let's keep.
I have the impression that Gale is going to be like the voice reason of like Heinrich, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she probably has a hand on your shoulder, you know.
like Heinrich, don't you dare shush.
As the food is brought to your end, let's put it of the table, your end of the circle. A series of four. Actually, no. This would be a series of 5 goblets are brought to, so 5 sort of golden goblets chalices are brought towards the 4 mages. And you can see that each one in turn picks one. Zagmira first, then Phasma, then Yamok, then Dyrax.
Okay.
Dyrax choosing one of the two. The servant sort of picks the last one to goes back, and in each of them you see sort of imitating Zagmira. Zagmira takes out from her pouch these crumpled sort of a pinch of what seems to be either herbs or some kind of sort of powdered mixture, which she puts into the glass. Um, and as she raises it towards you, it says, "To meetings of friends and foes, may we discover which is which today."
Yes.
Sorsha raises her glass.
Vroom will also raise his glass. And let's see how it kind of. Yeah, no, then like this is gonna be obvious, but he's casting a spell.
Okay.
I mean, we've
going.
learned before.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just roll here for one thing.
Pierce radiates magic. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Um, there's a. Okay, so interestingly enough, your food is clean. The goblets, however, are not. I am talking about the 4 goblets that they are drinking.
Yeah,
Nothing that is served to you is poisonous. However, clearly the what they put inside their drink is poisonous, or would have certainly an
Their
effect.
drink, not ours.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Like that's weird Thayan customs that I'm not gonna get into. As long as we're not getting poisoned or diseased, I'm like,
There's
oh, all right, whatever you
there's
want to
a
put in
yeah.
your body, buddy.
There's a sort of Yamoch sort of turns to Zagmira's ear, and she sort of almost sort of shoos him aside and turns to you, Sorsha, as you are the only one who's actually been talking. She says, "You may comfort your companions. We are not in the habit of poisoning potential allies on the get-go. We do not know you. We have no reasons for you for harm, but we appreciate the caution of your Luxodon."
Yeah, you can't blame us. We had a few encounters, as you might have yourselves, and well, when in the jungle, act with caution.
Hmm.
So it's not. Don't mind it.
She sips at her drink, um, and she replies, "We have found that that particular line of spell has been very useful in determining if we were being watched by the snake men of this city."
Interesting.
And she sort of she points the goblet in your direction, says, "May that information be fruitful to you. But now, you mentioned a disease?"
There's a look on Vroom's face when they say that, and it's like, yeah, I know. I figured this out by myself. I'm not just a dumb beast, but he's keeping quiet.
Oh, I will say this: you will not need an insight check. Any conversation that you might have had previously with regards to the red mages, you know something. They do not view you as a dumb beast. They view everybody as dumb beasts if they are not wearing the red
Oh, okay.
cloaks. This is not targeted racism. This is blatant.
General.
This is general red
Like,
robe supremacy.
you're not from Thay. Oh, well, then I guess you don't understand how this
Oh,
works.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
Yes, I mentioned such a disease.
you speak of the wasting disease, I think. You are in
Exactly.
search of the tomb of the 9 gods.
And so are you, from your trail.
So
So we might
are we to
have.
be rivals? Or are we to be allies?
Well, it depends. We are looking for the same thing to go to the same place. So we would have encountered either way at some point. If we have met in a temple, we probably have fought. So maybe now there's a chance to talk and see what we can do, because let's face it, now it's really not the time to be fighting for something petty while there's a worldwide disease. Am I right?
She sort of sips at the glass, doesn't offer any reaction or answer. The moment sort of there's a tense moment where she sort of looks towards you. We do not fear you nor any challenge in this valley. We have learned from our mistakes, and those who have been sacrificed in that pursuit no longer trouble us, no longer hold us down. We have survived, and that is might enough and proof enough of our competence.
Not a question of fear.
No, it is not.
It's a question of efficiency.
Then what is your offer then?
Let us search and not fight with each other, and then we'll open the door together, because we search for the same thing.
We are not interested in weak alliances, I have said. We do not know neither your means, though arriving here in Omu is some proof of that. But we will not be. We are not of the cajoling type.
I think that's where Vroom finally cuts in and goes like, "How many cubes do you have?"
There's a long pause and a sort of a very sort of slow train towards you. Sort of slow look. That is not a question to be answered just yet.
So 2 then. Or is it 3?
Make your point.
I'm sure that whatever door holds this tomb is not opened by a small number of the keys that holds its lock. I am sure you need all 9. Now you hold at least 2. You do not know how many we hold, but you can assume.
Question, where are you keeping the cubes? Who has them and where?
I'm guessing they're spread around.
I think it's in the bag of holdings.
Oh yeah, that could be.
I would guess in Heinrich's bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good idea, but there's also the downside of like once you lose the bag, then.
Heinrich, make me a perception check.
Oh god, I don't like this.
I'm seated just behind him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
So what's going through your mind at the moment there, Heinrich?
I just want everything to go okay. I don't wanna die in some jungle far away. I just wanna go home to Waterdeep and see my mommy again.
Okay.
The
Actually,
should have ended with Eve as well.
Gale, you can make the perception check as well if you wish.
Yeah. I can't just use my passive of 18, but I'll roll. Damn
well,
it,
there you
21.
go.
Oh damn it! This is 21 instead of an 18.
Yeah.
No, it's because I saw the 9 come up first, and I was going, yeah, great.
I mean, +8. Going. Oh, I rolled a 9. That's still a 17. You guys, I mean, your stats are so good right now. You're starting to get. You know, a 12 is good. Remember? No, Gale. What you would have noticed is the one called Thasma. There was you saw a sort of a maybe sort of a bluish flash of life just go over their eyes as they seem to be looking sort of examining you. There's definitely that moment where they are looking at you discreetly from behind Zagmira, but they are dressing you down. And there is that slight flash of arcane. Maybe there's just the movement of the fingers.
If it is detect thoughts, maybe Sorsha can, because it's one of her.
Detect magic.
No,
Yeah.
I am going to say that those
like...
the two that are involved in Zagmira, you would not be able to notice this. You are focused on her face. You are focused on her. Okay. As in this discussion, you are not looking at the 3 behind her.
All right.
And that's actually Gale's. Gale is aware and keeping track of all the guards that we've seen and the 3 others. She's actually barely listening to Zagmira. She really
they're moving.
is.
Yeah, I'm moving them because they are serving food. They're bringing back, but these are the 2 disarmed ones. You can see as you're looking towards them, Gale, you're looking at the well, let's call it the thugs or the escort. They seemed on not exhausted. These are hardy, but they clothing wise, you can see that they've almost let themselves go. They're not. They're. How should I put this? Um, if these were not the red, if you would see these, you would say these guys are ready to mutiny because
Okay,
they
yeah.
are not well nourished. They're not famished. They're not well nourished. Their equipment is sort of falling apart or has not been necessarily been maintained. Some of them you can see are ill-fitting, so pieces of armor are maybe taken from others or whatever. You can see some badly washed bloodstains on some. You can start seeing some of the cloth that has started to rot a bit on certain. Um, yeah, these are not. They're not a well maintained professionally, right?
Yeah.
I have a question
Sure.
for you then.
Yep.
You've mentioned you're not interested in faint alliances, but how many casualties did you suffer?
Oh, I thought you were asking the DM. Okay.
No.
Casualties is not seen as a loss for us of Thay.
True, but damage is. We suffered none. So that gives you an idea of the potential of the alliance. Does that answer better your question?
She has sort of there's a crooked smile that comes about her face. Crooked because of the twofold nature of her face, and she sort of turns. There's almost a oh child vision to her as she says, some measure, yes. But that just tells me that you are able to survive. That is good. So have we. Does that tell you a measure of ours?
We know. Well,
This this conversation, this I am not asking you to prove your strength to me with words. Any silver-tongued adventurer could make themselves whoever they might be to the right employer. Should we bring you into the fold of our endeavors, we would need to know that you are up to the task and that you're reactive enough to follow us. You do
I'm
not
not sure.
seem the type to follow orders or instructions easily.
And you are right. We are not trying to join you. We just don't want to waste time because time is of the essence here.
Is it?
It
As
is
I
not.
said, we're trying to be efficient.
It is not like you seem the type to follow orders.
Here, in this place, I give the orders, and those who follow me follow my voice.
Exactly. If it isn't, what was it? Uh, your your lovely Sustam, then you do not follow orders.
I follow the orders of my God. I follow his words to the end of my service. Do not question my loyalty to him.
I did not question your loyalty to him. I questioned your unfailing loyalty. I question that you say that we do not follow orders. You only follow orders from one source.
You are adventurers. We are the chosen of Zastam. We have fought for our existence with spell, with mind, and with body. We have the right to exist. We have. I'm sorry, this is the GM trying to get into a mind of somebody who feels himself superior, and I can't get there yet.
But you were getting there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see she is on. You. I am not going to play this out because I don't feel necessarily comfortable with it, and I don't have the mind to go for it. It's late. But there is definitely that bubbling up of emotion. You are basically going up. You've basically, how should I put this? You've basically told a southern preacher that they don't follow God. The um the idea that a mere adventurer might question her loyalty to what is essentially the top of a pyramid where you can only gain ranks by killing the person in front is it's almost too much. You can see that there is a boiling, and you can see that behind her the three others get tense. They tense up.
But like Vroon is basically going like, I didn't question your faith in your god. But your god is not from here. Your god does not know. Your god does not know this land. Whereas my gods made this land.
She opens her eyes, sort of flare up. There's a moment of maybe shock. Sort of shock as she was not expecting that. It completely cuts, going, what? And it's almost as if it cuts the tension like a joke in the middle of a right before a fight, as in all of a sudden her countenance completely changes, and she laughs. It is your god, Uptau. Then, are you a follower of Uptau?
There's no response, but there's like
yeah.
And Sorsha is getting tense. Like.
The thing is, by the way, Gale.
Now we're reversing it. Like,
did you notice?
They thought I was making fun of their gods, and now it's like reverse. Like,
did you notice you noticed the two guards, right?
They went back and are armed again.
Got weapons.
Yeah. As soon as she started on her rant, interrupted by that thing. All of them you can see have reached for their weapons. They're much tenser. They know that look. They know something's happening. Yeah. There is, and as you're looking around, you're realizing that there is no loyalty here for Zegmira, and from no one. Maybe the three, at least in the guards. However, there's a great amount of fear.
Yeah. Okay.
As Zegmira sort of looks to you and says, oh, well.
Please, no, don't be insulting.
Oh. You have every right to believe in whatever god you might want to believe. You might even hear their voice. But my god is my king, my emperor, my liege. I have seen his brilliance. I have seen his glory in person. I do not believe in him. There is no faith amongst us of Thay. There is knowledge. He is the one who has brought the knowledge to us, and his wisdom. If we are here on his order, on his word, it is not by faith, it is by ordinance. Holy ordinance from one who would become much more than a god, a living embodiment of his knowledge and magic. Power incarnate on this land, not far behind some arcane gate, some planar domain, but here. Can you say the same?
It is a very human trait to need the physical representation of your gods, to need to see proof of their existence.
There is no
The
need.
proof of the existence of the gods is everywhere around us. It is in the ground that you stood upon. It is in every stone on this land.
So said the abandoned child who looks about his home, wondering when his father will come back. And he will never come back. You look around, Chult, you look around this bountiful place, seeing the gifts of Uptao, but you are just seeing the gifts of a father who has left. These gifts are for everyone left. But you have been abandoned. You choose to see faith wherever you look. That is your choice. Your ignorance in some way, but I hear that is blissful. But this is not a conversation that we are supposed to be having right now. For our matters, and I would love to continue this debate at a later time and show you exactly, well, not the error, just the lack of knowledge. Call it, and she turns towards Sorsha, call it education. We have scoured most of the city. We have knowledge of where all or most of the shrines are, and while we have, yes, met some obstacles in our way. We decided to go in a bit more subtly. Some of the cubes have been recovered. For that, you would know. And I'm guessing that you might have a few. And from a bravado I can see in your companion's eyes, maybe a few more than we might have. How many should I guess? You came in after us. We have seen you walk around. Because yes, we also have been watching you. You do not catch us by surprise. How much? The 3, 4? Surely no more than that.
Some.
Some. Let us say that. Both of our parties have some. Now then, I would ask you, how would you propose we go forward? Do we fight side by side, looting these temples one by one? Do we meet up at the pyramid when all of them have decided on a certain date? a certain time. How would you deal with Rasen Sea's snakes?
Let's just do the second option. Let us not fight while exploring the city. That's enough for now.
Very well. Shall we divvy up the temples, maybe?
Do you want to share intel?
Well, of course. That is what we are doing here. Sharing knowledge. And she has a look towards Vroon.
Right ahead. Sure.
Well.
What do you propose?
Gale,
She...
at that
Go ahead. Yeah, Gale.
At that point, Gale opens up and says, "We know you've been to Eugene's temple.
Are you
Go
waiting
on,
for
she's
an
not gonna...
acknowledgement? If it is what you know, you know. Do you want me to confirm it for you?
We also know Cabuzon.
Yes. The Almirage and the Froggymuth.
But you have been observing us. So maybe you have a clue to which temples we have been."
I appreciate the winding ways to your questions. But they are not as subtle as you might think. Let us cut to the chase, shall we? And she waves her hand, does a muttering under her breath. And next to you, right here, Sorsha, out from sort of lifting through some sort of thick bluish fog, there is a layered map of the city that sort of rises up from to place around. And I'll move you back to the map. From what we understand, and I'll place the these in purple. Draw shape purple. From what we understand, these are the temples that we might have located. I'll put the game screen here.
Hold it. That's one of the new ones I added.
She's gonna just put all of them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see.
There, you have put 6 down. So there are 3 left. Yeah.
Wow, my theory about the pillars was
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, but it's not...
points.
Okay,
For
so we have the
example,
9.
this one didn't have a temple.
No.
No.
But this one have! Yay!
Yeah, that's the only one. Like, and also congratulations to you. That you were the only one that tagged that one.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yay!
The small,
one
the
south
small
of
one.
Yeah.
the inner city.
So,
there's
And now
still.
then, I know that you have visited the one on the pillar, and
Yeah.
most likely the one near the bridge. Now, how would you wish to divvy up the rest of these? Let's take this one.
Well, let's
Can we
divide
talk
the
amongst
remaining.
ourselves before we decide this?
wait, Vroon, I didn't get the first part of your sentence.
Can we talk amongst ourselves before we make decisions on this?
You are free to talk. However, I will note that you are in my camp. But I will let you leave.
We do not need to go far.
As you would wish. So, what do you do?
I mean, like, obviously, Prune wants to have a conversation with the rest of the group before making any appointments with
Mm-hmm.
these fuckers, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
All right.
If Vroon stands up and starts to leave, I'll follow. And I'll
Mhm.
probably push Heinrich before me.
Come on,
Oh.
boy.
As in,
That's...
you're not leaving last, I am the rear guard.
By the way, to those who have familiars, are they out or are they snapped?
No, because like I would have snapped mine, but we went in with like a clarion call, so mine is still out.
Okay, so Kumari is okay.
Visible.
Yeah, like
My
she's not subtle at all, but if we're not trying to be subtle, then she can be there.
No, Leroy is not here for diplomacy purposes.
Okay.
my bunny's out.
Your bunny's out.
Yep.
Check your zipper. Sorry, what was that? Your bunny's out. Okay.
Out and about or out and
I was gonna say like, did you do bad knots?
Um,
Never mind,
okay.
sorry.
I would say that so I've placed Kumari on the map.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go back to there we go. Nugget. So Nugget as a bunny, there's definitely one of the thugs here that sort of clocks and going, oh, sort of clocks the Al Mirage basically in your lap, or but you decide to move aside. Yeah, the two here the two here at the bottom definitely have been eyeing Kumari for a while, as in
That's fine.
tame, no leash. What's going on? And Kumari herself is, you can see she's nervous. She's looking. There's the frail movement at the nostrils. She's moving backwards and forwards.
Mm.
There's definitely she's uneasy. You can see some on occasion she'll sort of paw at the dirt. It's almost as the she's not comfortable on the ground.
Don't worry, girl. They
We
can't
know.
do anything to you.
Okay, so we're a bit further away.
Yeah, I guess we're heading.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
you guys can move.
north, which is south. Yes, we're heading towards the Kumai.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you tell me where you left Kumari, and then.
This is fine, like you'll
Okay.
do on the map.
Okay.
Oh, two people in the same spot. Oh,
Could Nugget make me a perception check, please?
Sure.
Perception check.
Advantage.
Yeah,
advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what do you do? You've stepped away for a bit.
You know, right, that they have probably means to listen to that conversation, right?
oh yes, but
Okay.
still,
Just making sure.
I do not care for having a lasting cooperation with these people.
Figured that much.
They rubbed me the wrong way.
True, but as I've said, time is of the essence. We have people dying at home.
Yes. Is it faster to cooperate with them now and fight over the things that we have split up later? Or should we have the fight now? Because the fight will still happen.
Speaking of fight, Heinrich, you have Nugget sort of nudge your foot and sort of jump, sort of pounce, horned first, and you can see that there's just as it stomps into the ground, there's a
I look directly. What is it?
there's a satisfied there's a sense of satisfaction that is sent towards you. The satisfaction of protection, hunted, vision of a spider.
You see him smile, and you see him laugh. You see him like chuckle a bit. That's the others can hear.
What?
They sent their familiar to listen in, and I just scratched the head of Nugget like, good Nugget. If you find something else, don't hesitate.
There's almost Nugget sort of gums up on its hind paws and almost does sort of the noble salute with the horn, and again sort of seems to stay there and sort of looks about, hopping from place to place, sort of surrounding, making sort of a circle around you.
Cutie.
I mean, now that we're a bit more private, I am pretty sure that the only lasting working relation that they want to have with us is with our corpses. But
As soon as we finish collecting their key blocks.
yeah, or even before.
Oh, I'm sure they prefer after. I'm sure that zombies are worse at collecting.
If we for the undead, if we take the ones that control them out, we have an advantage. I don't know the state of the troops. I let the more military persons of the group analyze that. But like I point to Gale, like I think that other mercenaries looked better than that, I guess.
Oh, there is a good chance that if we take out the leaders, they might just scatter uh, or try to take what pay they can out of their loot and then go.
Sorsha is just raising her hand, like, and looking at you like it's not a conversation we want to have right here, right now.
I mean, those are
Let's
just
just focus on what we want to do with them, please. We'll have more time to discuss further thing after, if you don't mind. Sorry, Gale. It's not private here.
honestly, if you ask me, I want nothing to have to do with them. But if I mean, we do have what we needed the most. However, if you wanna go on, I would prefer exploring the submerged temples.
Of course.
We we are equipped for that. I am equipped for that, and I can help you guys.
You are equipped. I'm not sure we are, but
I
I'll
have
trust you on that.
I have a spell also for that to water breathe underwater.
Okay.
So we have 2 people prepared.
I
Maybe the
The
others
last
can help.
the last time when we went to face the bronze dragon, we came equipped with potions. Do we still have enough of those to?
I I still, if I ritually cast it, we have 8 people that can breathe underwater for a long period. So you don't need to use potions, for example.
Okay.
Hey,
And I do have a
hey.
ritual.
You can sort of see from the side of a rock, sort of side of a rock, artist going, "Hey, so what's the plan?" And you
I
can
just
see he is arrow knocked and ready. A dragon bait has sort of pulled out, is sort of taken out his long sword, and Orvix is there behind with using, basically holding what is essentially a club or some, or a dagger.
I mean, Furnace is gonna be honest, and I'm gonna go like, I do not care for cooperating with these people. They work with that creature inside the heart of Hotel. They work for themselves. They work for their own made gods.
Yeah, what she calls a god
I
isn't a god, just someone with delusions of grandeur.
So you want to announce your decision with Ludwig then?
I
I
mean, I had another
always like
idea,
to make an announcement.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Sorry.
I,
I had another idea, but the level of subtil, the level of subtlety? I don't know. in English? That sounds
Subtlety.
weird.
Salty?
Subtlety is pretty much the same.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay,
always
so
like to make an announcement.
yeah, I did that already.
Oh yes.
If you
No.
want to go another way, please be more direct. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
let a caster prepare.
So, what do we do? Heinrich, which direction are you going to?
You see just a big smirk on his face.
Alright.
This means
He,
nothing, Heinrich.
they are perverting the way of thinking what I have learned in Academy of Thunderstaff. I cannot accept this. This is personal pride.
Yeah, okay. I think.
So you were also looking for a challenge.
So I clap my fingers and make a little pop in my arms and just begin to caress it.
Fair.
Okay.
Shall we go back and
No.
Do we
Oh no.
want to make
We're...
do we want to have a pleasant conversation with, or do we just make our point known right away?
if we're close enough, we can already. He just raised hands like, I am not a tactician. I know what I need to do.
Heinrich,
Um,
I have a 300 range spell. 300 feet range on an interesting spell. How dexterous do you think those guys are?
I was thinking of banishing the boss away.
But I could just summon an ice storm over them.
Yeah, that would. And I
but,
could.
yeah. Vroon also like Vroon basically says, by all means, do what you need to do, and then he like sort of mounts Kumari and goes like,
Oh
and
gosh.
after you are done.
I mean, you no, you guys, I've never used Ice Storm since I got it because Chult. But I
So
would have
wait.
told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a good idea to go charge in the middle of of the area of the ice storm.
You say that against the Glory Paladin.
Yeah, I
Also,
know.
no. Also, honestly, like you can keep saying like you can't go into my spells, but like at some point, there's a point where like people that are melee need to charge into spells. So,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
17,
like
18, 19.
Bruce has accepted that you're going to do the thing first,
I
but
wouldn't
then he's charging it.
okay.
I wouldn't worry too much about the storm because they have counterspell, but unless you
Oh yeah,
take them by surprise. So
yeah.
make it
We're gonna
count.
get. We're gonna get the spell wise. It's gonna be difficult.
19, 11. Yep.
So yeah, make the surprise round count, please.
Mm-hmm.
You were not catching by surprise.
Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
no,
certainly not.
no, they're looking exactly right at us.
They're thinking exactly the same thing as we are. They're
Yep.
just
Definitely.
Which is why I'm still mounting my mount. So because
But you
that's
know what?
I
Counterspell
noticed
only
that
has a range of 60 feet.
my mount has a speed of 60, and because of my aura, it would have 70. So
That's
Yeah,
actually a very good.
yeah, but you know what I hate?
low hit
Wizards.
points.
Fireball.
Oh yeah, no, but that's why I want to get close quick. Look, I've been thinking about taking
Okay,
the
guys,
Maidsinger, but
looking at the time, do we
yeah,
start this
we're not
fight
gonna have
or
this
are we
fight. No,
waiting for next time?
we're not
Guys,
gonna have this
before we
fight.
start,
It's just
this fight.
we're having a conversation now about about starting a fight, and it feels like we are.
Oh no, the
Let us
question is
say
not
that.
our...
Let's say this. We're coming up on time, anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let us keep this conversation for in between sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Our next session is fairly soon, I believe. So you will have some time to prepare. I have definitely been preparing on my end. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's on this at this conversation, let's leave it. Let's leave it as the situation is now. As you can see, the mages themselves have been sort of discussing among themselves. The guards are now definitely in sort of guard mode. Let's put it that way. Artist Simber and Dragonbait are close by. Orvix is cowering behind the rock. Nugget is preening in front of a dead spider. Vroon, you are on top of Kumari. Let's put
yes,
Kumari in
I've
to the
mounted.
back. There we go. And the three of you are discussing battle plans. As the situation is, this is where we are going to say goodnight for here.
That seems fair.
And on the beginning of next session, you will tell me what your plan is and what your intentions are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let's leave it to that. So, on that note, thank you again to my players for this evening. A couple of tense moments, a couple of lively ones, a couple of sweet ones as well. And who knows, we might get some explosive ones next time.
It seems like it.
Yeah,
Mm,
well, the way of diplomacy. Sometimes just, well, they're just not worth it.
Diplomacy with shitty fuckers.
So,
well, we tried.
I mean,
did you? Did you really?
Yes,
A
they
little
did
bit.
not.
I
there
mean,
was...
They
no,
did not.
no.
No,
Some people did, and some people didn't.
yeah. The problem is you cannot trust those guys, and there is no way that I was going to yeah, even try and trust them.
I mean, come on, they started shitting on my gods.
And
You
they
start shitting on theirs.
they
No,
don't
they
have a
started.
god. They have a
They started.
mad Lich King.
They started, and
Pot, kettle.
yes, I'll have to rewatch the video to see who started, but I think it was them.
I would like to ask. I
Uh,
would like to ask you to not watch the video at least for a while. I will
Oh,
let you know when you
okay.
can. So I don't want you to. Well, I don't want you to be spoiled of any surprises upcoming.
Oh
Let's put it
no,
that
I
way.
Well,
mean, we already know we have undead to
Yes, you
the
do.
west and the south, and the
well, maybe he can't watch, but he can
Ah, you can
listen.
listen. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why the VODs are there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
at least you guys will
I,
be
I,
watching.
I,
Okay.
I generally don't watch anyway because
Yeah, I know.
this is
Eddie,
this is
that's
this. No, I know. I mean, it's nicer to listen.
let's have this
I
conversation.
can, yeah,
Let's have this
yeah.
conversation outside. Let's the people at home don't necessarily need to listen to our ramblings. So to them, we thank you for we thank them for watching. We thank them for commenting. We thank them for liking and that that whole algorithm thing. Um, but I would like to thank you for playing tonight. As always, it's good to have you all. Let's get back into that rhythm. Let's conquer Omu. Let's conquer Tomb of the Nine Gods, as now you have officially heard its term. And, well,
Yeah.
let's see what happens next. Okay. So this is us to you saying goodnight and leaving you with, well, if you want to treat your GM right, make sure that he is walked, brushed, fed, and content. See you next time.